a big impact on me as I started to get more and more young students who I knew were going to be able to excel at certain points of technical guitar playing beyond what I could achieve. And I started searching for, the real mystery behind music. How do you write great music? How do you play? How do you communicate? How do you feel to people? And a really great little concrete thing happened. I came across a chord book by Joe Pass, and it was called Joe Pass Chords. He was a jazz guitar player, brilliant guitar player. Not very intellectual or heavily schooled guitar player, but yet probably at the top of his field of all jazz guitar players. He wrote this chord book where he decided to make each chapter about a kind of chord. So he had like 4 pages of C major. And these were 3-note, 4-note, 5-note, 6-note chords. And he had the fingering and the manuscript, but not the name. And he said, learn these chords, memorize how they make you feel, and the next time the chart says C major, try one of them. And there's like 45 versions of what he called C major. And for a young kid, I thought, well, this is nuts. I have to know what it's called, right? At the time, we were taking music theory lessons from Bill Westcott at Carl Place High School, so I knew how to decipher chords and give them a name. But I was fascinated by his idea, so what I did is every night after dinner, before homework, I would go up to my room and I would play every single chord in that chord book. And it wasn't a very big chord book, but it took maybe 45 minutes. Finger tangling chords, I was used to playing Led Zeppelin and Stones and stuff like that. And you were these very strange sounding chords. But something happened after a few weeks. I started to really enjoy the process of not thinking and only listening and feeling my fingers moving around and enjoying the access that I had gained all over the fretboard. Around that time I was jamming with some older guys every once in a while. I'd be lucky enough to get a call to go hang out on a Saturday night and jam with these guys. And we're playing some nondescript jam in E. And I start playing these chords. And everyone stops and says, what are you doing? Like, they were completely blown away. Like, what is that? How did you know to do that thing, whatever that's called? And I explained to them, it's this chord book. I'm not thinking about it. I put it in, I uploaded all the information, and I waited for it to come out. And this was a really important thing that I learned in just those few weeks of not knowing, learning, sort of blindly practicing, and then waiting for it to show up at an improvisation. And it worked. And so I thought, wow, this is like, I should do this more often. I should try to experience bringing in information and not being judgmental about why am I doing it, why am I spending my time on it, when am I going to use it, is it any good? Just get it in there, make sure you can do it, memorize it, and wait and see what happens.